All right, we're back with another lesson. This one's 1.3b. It goes with your worksheet 1.3b. We are going to be solving one-step equations. Right now I have number 2 pulled up from your assignment. And I'm going to go through this. It has a little trick, and just want you to remind you that we want to clean this up. We don't want to have a minus, parentheses, a negative. It is a whole lot easier if we just get rid of our minuses in algebra in general. So I'm going to go do the keep. So I'm going to keep, change. I'm going to rewrite this so it doesn't look as cluttered. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. So we basically simplify the problem just a little bit before starting it. And so now we're going to use the opposite operation. Okay, this is an addition. The opposite operation is subtraction. So I'm going to take away or subtract 9 from both sides. And that is going to be my final answer. Okay. And this is how we want it. Okay, make sure you're showing your work. What I see right here is I wrote the problem. I cleaned it up. My one step and my answer. This is very important to meet the showing work requirement. Okay, let's move on to something a little bit more challenging. This, of course, was addition or subtraction. So let's go ahead and look at number 6, and we'll see what we think about number 6. I should have room here still for 6. So here's 6. I'm going to go ahead and write the problem here. Negative 37 equals x minus 20. Okay, you can do two things on this, so I'm going to go ahead and write this twice. There's two styles to do this. You need to pick the style that works best for you, and it just depends on the problem. Okay, some people would like to just leave it alone. Some people, especially when it gets more complicated, go ahead and change this to a keep, change. So we have a plus a negative 20. Either way works. So let's look at the steps here. Well, it's clean, so that's fine. So I look at my x. I want to get the x by itself. So I need to do the opposite operation. The opposite of subtraction would be addition. And I'm going to go ahead and finish it out. So that would be a negative 17. And that's going to equal x. I don't like the way this looks, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to x equals negative 17. And that would be a good final answer here. Okay, I'm going to work it the other way just to see how it works, because you'll see it both situations, so we might as well do it. So now it's x plus a negative 20. Well, the opposite operation is a minus a plus. But really what we want to focus on is the overall plus a negative. If we see that, we want to cancel out the negative 20. And the only way to cancel out a negative 20 is by adding a positive 20. Negative 20 plus 20 would equal 0. That's our goal. We want it to cancel out. So to be fair, we're going to have to do it to both sides. And again, we're going to get the same answer. And we should. And still ugly. So let's flip it around. And we are done. All right, that's 6. We're going to advance on. I'm probably going to have to move the camera a little bit. I don't like the shaking so much. And we're going to do the next problem. The next problem is going to be on 13. Number 13. And it is 221 equals 13k. All right, 221 equals 13k. Okay, and I know I did my k a little bit different than you're used to. You'll get used to it. All right, so what we're going to what we're going to do here is we need to identify, okay, there's my variable. I need to make everything go away. So this 13, nothing, k. That means 13 times k. The opposite operation of 13 times k would be divided. So I'm going to divide both sides by 13. Okay, 221 divided by 13 is, of course, 17. So we get 17 equals k. And I'll do my k like this again. That's still ugly, so let's flip it around. And there we go. Okay. Try to straighten up the camera a little bit. There we go. All right, I want to do another one. I want to do number 32. By that I mean I want to do 16. All right, 16 looks a little bit different. It says x over 13 equals 5. Okay, let's see what this means. This is, I guess it is a fraction, but what it really means is x divided by 13. What's the opposite of divided by? Well, that's times. So I'm going to multiply the top by 13, which means, to be fair, I have to multiply this side by 13. And so I write my answer, x equals 5 times 13, which is going to be 65. Okay, notice I'm not showing long multiplication or long division or any of that. That is what the calculator is for. All I'm showing is the steps. In this case, I just put this little 13 times x times 13, just a little bit of extra writing and an answer. Those steps are going to be required. Okay, I got one more. Probably we've gotten fooled by this a little bit. I'm going to scroll down for a little more room. I'm almost out of room here. So I'm going to put I think it's number 17 I want to do. Okay, and 17 looks a little weird. And I'm going to write it slightly different than in your worksheet and see if you can tell the difference. Okay. So basically what I did here is instead of leaving my negative out in front, I put it up at the top because the negative can only go with either your numerator, top number, or denominator, bottom number. And so I put it with the top. Okay, we went over this on class. Hopefully I remembered. When you're dealing with fractions like this, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. And remember, the reciprocal is when you flip your fraction. So this is going to be flipped. So we are going to have, I wish I had more room. Well, that is my mistake. So I'll just rewrite it down below. So I'm going to multiply both sides. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 over 3. But I'm also going to multiply it by a negative. And let's see if you can figure out why would I want to multiply it by a negative. Okay, we're going to do this, and then on this side we're going to do this. And here we go. And we're going to multiply that by negative 5 over 3. Why would I multiply this by a negative? If you remember, negative times a negative is a positive. And so I want this to cancel out. So essentially, 5 divided by 5 is a 1. So it cancels out. 3 divided by 3 is a 1. Cancels out. Negative times a negative is a positive. Cancels out. So all that's left on this side is just a regular old positive r. Okay, and now this, put it in the calculator. You can do it by hand, but I want to refresh your memory on how you can do it in the calculator. And so let's see if I can get everything on the screen at a time. Okay, there we go. So to put this in the calculator, first I'm going to hit this button right here. It's N over D, numerator over denominator. It's the fraction button. So I'm going to push that button, and I'm going to type in I lost my screen. I'm going to type in 31. And that is going to be over 15. And that is going to be multiplied by, let's push that fraction button again. And I'm going to not hit minus, I'm going to hit negative. Let's see if you can see this here. I don't have to hold it up. I'm going to hit the negative here, not the minus, but the negative. Okay, negative 5 over 3. And I'm going to hit enter. And that's going to be my answer, negative 31 over 9. So we'll write that, negative 31 over 9. And we are done. That is your answer right here. All right, I'll let you do the rest of the worksheet, and I'll see you next time. Bye.